Ooh, news like Kackling, Kamala, and Tampon Tim are the top of the ticket for the Democratic Party. We broke that here yesterday morning before anybody else. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm JJ. This side right here. This is Dave. That's Deacon. We are your internet dads. We meet here Monday through Friday to drink coffee, and read the news, and other talk about stuff. I guess we're talking about Dungeons and Dragons before the show started. You guys are. I walk up and I'm like, oh, these nerds.
Yes, we can continue our conversation if you'd like, but our viewer count will go to zero.
We're starting at negative numbers today.
What's up?
Morning, guys.
Hello.
Hey, hi. So I've been my wife went out last night to go have dinner with her friend, and those two girls talked and whatever. Excellent. And I was just like, peace out. I'm going to sleep. And so, so I went to bed with no wife, woke up with a wife. So I let her sleep in this morning.
It was the opposite for me last night.
Yeah.
Went out with my son and a couple of his buddies and one of their teachers. And
nice.
We just hung out, had pizza and stuff. And I got home, my wife was asleep. So
I feel boring. I hung out with my dog, little dude, and the cat, and we sat outside for most of the It was nice until the mosquitoes started to pick me up and drag me around. So we went inside because I didn't want to battle them.
They're jerks.
You know, if enough mosquitoes bite you at the same time, it kind of becomes like a suit of armor against other mosquitoes. So.
Ashley is one of those people. If a mosquito flies by her, she gets a welt. It's some people are more susceptible, and I've had people say this a million times. Why are there mosquitoes? Why is there mosquitoes? Why isn't, if I could destroy one, it'd be mosquitoes. And I always am the jerk. I'm like, well, actually, if mosquitoes didn't exist, it would completely throw the ecosystem off. And I always say say this point. If mosquitoes never existed, the world would be a completely different place because there are a multitude of leaders throughout the course of human history that have been killed by malaria.
Oh, yeah.
I think Genghis Khan was killed by malaria. I think Alexander the Great died from malaria. Yes. There's been a multitude of leaders, world conquerors.
We didn't have mosquitoes. Disgusting diseases wouldn't have saved us from horrible, horrible monsters. All right. I guess it's worth it. I guess so.
Good morning. I can't believe you used that title. I don't expect that one to. I expect you to get a couple of emails here in the 9 o'clock hour.
Did you not see that it was? Well, I don't know how much you're on. Yeah. So you guys are not on Twitter all the time, or X. Pardon me, X all the time. And oh my gosh, like right after the show, I saw Cat Turd and a bunch of others were like, Tampon Tim is trending. Tampon. And I'm like, what is this about? You guys have any idea? No idea? Oh, we're gonna learn you something this morning. Let's see if I can find that first. Obviously, the Kamala Harris and her presidential campaign, they're doing like a 5-day mini tour, and they're going around trying to rally support. And she announced yesterday that her vice presidential candidate nominee, the person she's choosing to run on the ticket with her, is Tim Walz. And Tim Walz has signed a number of bills into law as governor of, I think, Minnesota, that are controversial, you might say.
Just a tad.
So this one though is the reason why he's my gosh. Here we go. Trump campaign criticizes Tim Walz for state law providing tampons in schools. Does that sound controversial to you guys? Okay.
Not really.
Let's dig in. There must be something that we haven't noticed yet.
Okay.
The law, which was passed in Minnesota last year, includes language requiring menstrual products to be available in the bathrooms of all schools for all grades 4 to 12 as a way to accommodate transgender students. Yeah, no, the law required that tampons be dispensed in the boys' bathrooms. That is why he is Tampon Tim.
Well, I mean, if you get in a fight and someone busts your nose, tampon's really good.
I mean, thank you.
I'm just saying.
That is.
Or
They
with
say
those
they say to put
tampons
them
are
in
good
some
for-
like emergency kits and stuff
Yeah.
like that for like bad cuts, and I mean, really, it'll.
Good morning, Brian. Hey, welcome back. Okay, I didn't think of preparing schools for fist fights would be the way to go, but good for thinking
Fist
outside
fights,
the box.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I'm here for.
Mhm.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah,
No comment.
yeah.
I was reading about old Timmy Boy this morning, and it was basically saying that Republicans have breathed a sigh of relief over the pick. Republicans saw him as an easier target for them as they try to gain momentum. Republicans plan to paint Walz as a far left, highlighting that he was backed by Bernie Sanders and reminding people of his handling of the 2020 protests after the police killing of George Floyd, which we have a clip of.
Oh, do you have a clip of it? Let's find out.
I have a clip right here of his
2020 Minneapolis. I'm sure he did a good job. It's what do we got?
This
Here,
is
we gotta
not.
go there.
Hang on. This is okay. So this is Minnesota First Lady of his wife, whatever her name is. So this is her back in the day on Nightcast.
I would say those first days, when there were riots, I could smell the burning tires. And
It's a bad smell.
That was a very real thing. And I kept the windows open for as long as I could because I felt like that was such a touchstone of what was happening.
What?
She really wanted to breathe in the failure
I would say
this governor. She really wanted to just breathe that burning tire tar.
Other than the fact that it will completely kill your lungs, it also says Republicans have already been painting Harris as too progressive and plan to accuse her of being anti-Israel for overlooking Josh Shapiro, whose pro-Israel stances have faced criticism. But Walz has the backing from many influential Democratic voices, including progressive wing of the party, which has at times turned on President Biden, especially over his handling of the war in Gaza. Pelosi praised Harris's selection of Walz as her running mate, calling him a heartland of America Democrat.
Yeah, so in Minnesota, I think that's Ilhan Omar. She's the representative out of there. So the left wing of the Democratic Party includes the squad. So Ilhan Omar and AOC and a couple others. Not Cori Bush anymore. She just lost her primary last night. But so those particular groups, they seem to be staunchly anti-Israel. Some of them are rather anti-Semitic. The nomination of Tim Walz over Josh Shapiro is really interesting because Minnesota is generally a safe blue state. And when you choose a VP, it's usually for a reason to like lock down some electoral votes. Shapiro probably could have delivered 19 electoral votes in Pennsylvania to Kamala Harris, but instead of choosing Josh Shapiro, who is Jewish and would we'll say aggravate the left flank of the Democratic Party, Kamala Harris went with the safe bet, making sure that she had the governor of Minnesota, which they already would have voted Democrat. So it might be a signal that internally they think that they don't even have a good grasp of their side, or they don't want to. Kamala Harris and their campaign don't want to aggravate the far left progressives, the Antifa / Palestinian Liberation Front of their party. Seems a little difficult because Minnesota is not as big as Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania would have been a big win. They had let's see, we got here's a post about Tim Walz. I guess we're just gonna have to talk about Tim Walz for like a couple days here because he's a new name to the stage. Like 71% of America have never even heard of this guy's name before. Here's a post on Twitter
I'm
from
going to
Pan
completely-
Hookum.
I'm going to completely forget his name.
Yeah,
and at the end of November.
that's the design. The design is to like for him to, you know, not make waves, right? He's the safe. Yeah, oh, it's just an old man. He's just an old fat man, and he's grinning, isn't he? He's not dangerous. Here is
Good pick for the Liberals.
It's done.
you think so?
Yeah.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah. A white man, old white man.
Oh yeah, right. Well, listen, you can't expect Kamala to have.
She didn't pick nothing. Play that.
A packed room at the St. Paul Armory erupted after the governor's signature made driver's license for all the law of the land.
Huh? Do you think that that the
What were they
citizens of
chanting? What were they chanting at the end?
I don't know. Let me go back. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Do you think that the normal citizens of Minnesota were not allowed to have driver's licenses before? Or that law actually allowed the state of Minnesota to give driver's licenses to illegal immigrants? Illegal immigrants. He just signed that into law. Driver's licenses for all. Everybody gets to drive. All right.
No.
No.
No. Everyone don't get to
No,
drive. It's not a right.
Everybody gets to drive. Everybody gets to drive according to Minnesotans.
I want to see. We'll just say Venezuelans in Minnesota in the winter. I know how Kentuckians drive in the winter when there's a little bit of snow. Go Minnesota. Woo.
Okay. And let's see. I mean, this is the national ticket. The office of the presidency should know what they're representing on various issues. I know that we did a real deep dive yesterday on their party platform. And surprisingly, you know, I guess we didn't study enough because I did not learn enough about the Kamala Harris platform yesterday, even though we went directly to the source.
Something else I've seen is this Waltz guy. A lot of his skeletons are being dug up. I saw the mug shot from his DUI years ago where he was doing like 90 and a 55 and he lied to the officers about being deaf. And then there is Minnesota National Guard leaders are saying they're exposing people with stolen valor, lying about his rank and quitting when his unit was deployed to Iraq. He's saying as soon as the shots were fired in Iraq, he turned and ran the other way and hung up his hat and quit.
Yeah.
So all this stuff's coming out about him and will be for the next.
Good grief.
Will.
Gun Owners of America posted this on X. You guys have guns and you own guns, and you know, well, look, we all know that Democrats hate guns. They're afraid of guns. Guns obviously crawl up on top of buildings and kill people all the time. It's very dangerous. Guns. Here is Kamala Harris and Tim Waltz on guns.
So Tim is a hunter and a gun owner who believes, as the majority of gun owners do, that we need
Oh, I'm sorry.
reasonable gun safety laws in America. So as governor, he expanded background checks and increased penalties for illegal firearm sales. And together, when we win in November, we are finally going to pass universal background checks, red flag laws, and an assault weapons ban.
All right.
So Tim is a hunter.
So, get out of here, Kamala. So,
please, good
illegal-
God, bitch, need to read a history book. Sorry.
Hey, taking guns away from people is a very important step in
They're doing
destroying the country.
They're doing exactly what she was taught to do in her life. Her father was a Marxist professor.
Yeah, and she's in it. I mean, she believes this stuff.
that that whole unburdened by our burdens of the past or crap that she could. That wasn't word salad. That was a Marxist philosophy that we don't understand.
Yeah, destroy everything that came before, and then we can finally make utopia. We can finally, it'll work this time. All we have to do is, work together. Don't dissent. You do what you're told. Give up your stuff. Yeah. So red flag laws. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay. Oh, my headphones are dying. Let's go with let's see. Do we got anything else here on Kackling Kamala and Tampon Tim? I don't think so. I'm pretty light on news today, guys.
Did Trump come up with the name Tampon Tim? Just out of curiosity.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that sounds like a very Trump name.
It is pretty good, but I think it's a little more crass than he would do, to be honest. Like, he normally is like, I think he just calls her Lion Kamala, for instance, lying about being black. She's like her Jamaican father. I heard an argument that her Jamaican father was Caucasian, made by a black guy. So, and like, we have no idea. But she says, I identify as being black, and I guess that's good enough.
Oh, my God. Calgon, take me away.
All right, guys. Let's see. A nation plot. Yep.
You got to
You
say
don't care
that
about
all
this?
over again. You're
Say that
in
again.
and out.
I cut out. U.S. charges man with alleged ties to Iran after a foiled assassination plot. So we got Iran trying to kill somebody here and trying to kill Donald Trump. A Pakistani man, Asif Merchant, has been charged for plotting a political assassinations in the U.S., including potentially targeting Donald Trump. Merchant's 46, and he allegedly tried to hire a hitman in New York to kill prominent American officials. FBI Director Christopher Wray emphasized that foreign directed plots against U.S. citizens pose a national security threat and will be addressed with full resources. Is this shocking, or do you believe it at all? Do you think that Iran is sending somebody over here to kill politicians, or do you think the U.S. government is claiming that Iran is sending people over here to
both
kill politicians in order
I
to?
think there are people who are captured all the time that you don't hear about on the news.
Yeah.
And given the state of things, hey, let's make sure we're showing people that we are doing our job. So here's one we can tell you about.
Oh,
I was just reading
Okay.
this
That's what I
story
was
this morning. Iran has executed over 300 individuals in the first 7 months of 2024, 49 in
Dang.
July alone. And I have not got to go through the whole article because we started the show, but it said in 2023, in total, 834 people were executed, according to a report issued by NGO Iran Human Rights and Together Against the Death Penalty, an increase of 43% from 2022, where they killed 582 executions.
oh my Lord.
The remaining, let's see, after the death of the former Iranian president Raisi, there was a decline in the number of executions. Among the 300 executed this year, 5 were accused of spying for Israel and 5 were Kurdish Sunni political prisoners. Those executed on charges of spying for Israel. Okay, never mind. So, yeah, I mean, goodness gracious.
Well, they should have just executed political prisoners. Wow.
Out of the total executions in Iran so far this year, over 20% were of ethnic minorities. Members of the Baluch group made up 14%. Over 6% were Kurdish. 6% were Afghan nationals. Yeah, okay. There you go. I was reading that when we started.
Okay, so the FBI is doing their job, and they're telling us that
I
they're
didn't say FBI.
well,
Ray did.
yeah, Christopher Wray, FBI, and they're telling us that they are arresting assassins so that we know that they're doing their job, right? That's a good argument.
It's possible.
And it makes the most sense. Like, oh, this if we finally tell people we're doing something, then we'll get funding for next year, and the American people who are not happy with the FBI, general Americans are a little bit not happy with any of the letter agencies.
Yeah,
right.
but in a logical defense, the letter agencies, it's like common sense that they don't tell you everything. There's
Sure.
certain things that, I mean, if they go after a spy and kill the spy, you don't want to announce it to the world because then everybody knows the spy's dead. There might be other things.
I think it would create paranoia amongst the American people if every week you're finding out there was another spy who was a ghost agent or something like that. You start mistrusting everybody. Like the two kids that came back from was it Spain that got back to Russia? They found out on the plane that they were from, or their parents were Russian sleeper agents. If we find out that there are thousands of sleeper agents because every week one of them's getting arrested and it's broadcasted across the news, it breaks apart the community, wouldn't it? I mean, you're going to stop trusting your neighbors who they say they are.
There's also thousands of sleeper agents in the United States. There are.
Sure.
There's tons of them.
I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, I don't know that for fact, but I wouldn't doubt that.
All right.
But as long as they're sleeper agents, I guess I'm not woke.
Oh.
Is that a good comment?
Do good. When we were saying that yesterday about woke and wokiest, do good wants to be wookie. Wookie.
Can you use AI to just take that clip and just change that word in her little speech? Like we've all got to be Wookiee.
Can you use AI to generate someone's speech? Is what you're asking here?
Well, I meant Deacon.
Can we get to some fun stuff? I got some.
Yeah, I got something fun for you, Deacon.
Okay. All right.
Good news.
Yeah.
Disney is raising streaming prices for Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Disney announced price increases for its streaming services. Starting October 17th, the cost will rise by $1 to $2 monthly for most plans. So whatever the price is now, which I think it was like $125 a year. So it's going to go to $135.
Oh, I don't know. We canceled our Disney Plus, Hulu, and all that subscription. So,
but how are you going to watch The Acolyte or,
I have a friend that sails the 7 seas.
All right. Finally, I think I'm going to be able to talk the other day, my wife texted me and she was like, F Disney. I was like, it was really random. And I was like, what are you talking? And I was like, did you find out something about the Rainbow Kid stuff or whatever that's airing on Disney Plus? And she was mad that she couldn't log into the app because the kids were in the car and they wanted to watch something. And so I was like, oh, okay. I think we're getting closer to being able to cancel Disney at our house, but maybe this will do it. Probably not. All right. Let's see. I think that's all the interesting news that I found this morning, but I think you guys have something. No?
Yeah. I have I wanted to talk about some Olympic news. Have you guys been paying attention to anything on
the Olympics going on?
Yeah, besides the opening ceremony, have you watched any of the highlights of the actual Olympic games?
I watched a few seconds of women's boxing. That was pretty amazing.
Besides the women's boxing, I've seen the clips of the synchronized swimmers. I've seen Simone Biles.
Yeah.
And she's amazing.
Bowing down.
Did you see the picture of the American? Get this, guys. The American ping pong team beat out the Chinese ping pong team.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, everybody has the same reaction. But when you
Wow.
when you look at the picture of the American
Oh,
ping pong team, you realize why they beat them, because they're all Chinese.
yeah.
They're all Asian.
They're
We'll say
all
they're all
Asian.
Asian. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
have you seen the pole vaulting?
Oh, I saw one pole vaulter.
Did you see one pole vaulter?
I actually saw two, because people were really complimenting the pole vaulter from Norway and talking about how hot she was. But
I have a video of one of the pole vaulting. If you would like to, I can't share anything today. I can't switch over today.
Oh, can you not? Yeah, you can.
It does it every day.
Hang on. Promote. No, I'm sorry, folks.
Sorry.
There
we go.
All right, you may now share.
So watch this athletic human here.
Mhm.
Look at that. That's cool.
Look at that. It's so amazing. You just lift yourself up onto that. Oh, the pride of France. The national pride of France.
I told Ashley, I said, I'm sorry. Every male on the planet, it giggles his butt off every time he watches.
Dude, what do you think hurt more? The pole vaulting or his pride as he fell?
You've trained your whole life. You make it to the pinnacle of sports. The whole world is watching you, and you vault 30 stories into the air, and you make it over the bar.
And you're in high definition. Your ding dong package is flopping up and down inside of spandex, and the camera is like it's not even like off to the side of it's a tight shot right on your junk.
Commentators? Do they have commentators?
Oh, there's definitely clips with commentary. I've seen them.
Oh my God, I'd love to
What
see.
were the commentators saying when this happened?
One of them, I heard there was like one where there was two commentators, and one of them was just like he didn't know what to say. He was like, "So what just happened?" And he threw it to the other guy to explain.
Look, he makes it all the way over.
He's like, yes.
Look, he's bending his body. Look,
yes.
He's his knees are kind of touching it there.
Yeah. And then, bam! Oh no!
Look,
he's like, is my mom watching? You go back that one frame. Is my mom watching?
Oh my God! I'm sorry.
Apparently, women really like
wear
it.
some freaking Speedos or something next time, won't he?
Wow.
A little duct tape.
Go to
why you
what's
can't
that
go
one
commando
store that had
inside
the
of those
tuck underwear?
Yeah, dude, made a bad choice.
Tuck it back, Tucker Black. All right. So that's all the Olympics we got to talk about.
All right.
Today. So watch the Olympics. You never know what you're going to see.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying life without watching the Olympics.
So you guys know back in June, okay, we had some exciting news, and it was that Boeing had this Starliner, and they were going to send up 2 people to the International Space Station, right?
Yeah.
So May the 6th, they were going to launch on originally May the 6th, and it was called off hours before liftoff due to this valve in the liquid oxygen tank. And then again on May 21st, they were able to fix it. Then on June 1st, the Starliner prepares to launch again. It's scrubbed again. They had a helium leak, okay? Minutes before liftoff, they had a helium leak, a computer issue. So that was on June the 1st. June the 5th, the Starliner finally launches, okay? On June the 6th, the Starliner docks at the International Space Station. And the night before, NASA shared an update that said that they found 2 more helium leaks after the shuttle had launched. And the helium the helium is required for boosting the rockets and pushing the fuel into the boosters and stuff. And 1-2 leaks is okay, but there's a bunch. And going into re-entry, they are scared that if they get some more, the thing's going to explode and they're not going to be able to come back. So they were scared. So June the 9th, NASA announces that the astronauts will not return on the date originally planned because they were scared about more leaks. June the 14th, the astronauts' return was delayed again. Boeing said that while the spacecraft is cleared for crew emergency return scenarios, Boeing said the extra time allows the team to finalize departure planning and operations. So a bunch of legalese. June 21st, I delayed again. July the 10th, astronauts aren't complaining about being in space. Williams, one of the astronauts, Wilmore and Williams, says, I'm not complaining. Butch isn't complaining that we're here for a couple of extra weeks. So the scientists and stuff are talking and doing stuff around them. July the 25th, NASA, Boeing says there's still no return date. And now it's August. The astronauts work at the space station while planning to return home. The astronauts spent Tuesday practicing for an undocking during simulation. The return to Earth is expected to take place this month ahead of a station crew turnover. So they're hoping to get them back before another one comes up there and they have to change crews in the International Space Station. Doesn't this sound like a Star Trek episode?
So they're still up there and they're not coming back yet?
They're not coming back yet. They're trying to get everything. So right now they think they have all the stuff fixed and they're going through undocking. They're going through simulations right now to make sure that everything is fixed. So there is a chance that this might not be a smooth reentry for this thing.
I honestly, I think at this point, if I was them, I would be like pretty concerned about being able to safely return to Earth.
Well, I think so too. But right now they're Major Tom stuck in space with no plans to return. You know, David Bowie sung the song about the Russian cosmonaut.
If it's this risky, they should just cut the thing loose and let it, I don't know, crash in the ocean and get Russia to bring them home. Because Russia knows how to fly rockets. We apparently forgot.
You would think that they no, we destroyed all that information. Remember, NASA said they got destroyed all that information, all that technology that got us to the moon. You would think that would have already been discussed. You know, let's just.
Thank you, sweetie.
But you know, there's probably if you just undock this thing's not just going to float off into space. It's going to be caught by orbit. And it could potentially do some damaging stuff to thousands and thousands of satellites that fly around the planet anyway.
The space station is in orbit, but like if you were to like look at the Earth and then how high the space station is, it's like just barely in orbit. If they cut it loose at the right time, it'll fall into the ocean and burn up.
Do we want it to fall into the ocean?
That's what I'm saying.
We not send it out into space?
I'm saying. They might
you're
not.
That's the thing. You're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to shoot that thing into space if it can. If it can't really like re-enter the Earth. Like in order for you to escape
the Earth.
For it to escape Earth's gravity, you would have to put much more power into it because the space station is not that far out there. The space station is like, it's like. Barely in space.
Nothing is that far out there. Nothing is that. We can't get through the Van Allen belt. NASA has said this 1,000 times. All these different NASA people in interviews is like, we can't get through the Van Allen belt. We can't get through the Van Allen belt. It's like, well, how the hell did you get through it in the 60s? Can we do that again? Oh, you destroyed all that information. Never mind.
Aluminum foil blankets and you hold your breath.
In other space news, I have something cool here in my secret stash space news that I meant to bring up as well. We're approaching that time of the year where the Earth's orbit around the sun enters the Perseid meteor shower zone, and there's lots of.
And it is killing your bandwidth.
Yeah,
really where it is a planet. Let me just close that. Let me just close it and just tell you off memory. The Perseid meteor shower hits through around August and September every year. The Earth goes through this portion of our solar system, and there's lots of theories on what this is, from a giant comet to, or the remnants of a planet. Lots of really interesting things, but the fact of the matter is it's been there forever, and we go through it every year. And it causes a light show in the sky where you can see up to like 70 meteors, shooting stars per hour, in some spots. But throughout the course of our recorded history, it has also caused some very damaging moments in our history, where some bigger pieces that did not burn up. There was one in Russia, in the Soviet Union in the late 1800s that hit, that was pretty big, and I can't remember the name of it now, but there's a couple more that over the course of recorded human history, we've recorded some that have been pretty big. But normally every year there's just a bunch that fly through the air, so if you go outside, you should be able to see them from wherever you are in the North American hemisphere or the Northern hemisphere. It's interesting. I like that kind of stuff. It's interesting, and I like looking at the theories on what this could possibly be. We go through it every year.
It's a belt of rocks, isn't it? Am I misunderstanding?
Yeah, Perseid. Perseid. Look that up, and just it's interesting on some of that. If you like that kind of stuff.
Perseid. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And this is because the solar system or the planet passes through like the galactic plane of a belt of rocks.
Well, there's a lot of theories on what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
This is not really AI news or space news, but I've got some science news here that I thought was really interesting. Let me see if I can actually bring this up without let the web page load before I do anything. I don't think this one has any. I don't think.
While you're doing that, along AI news, did you see the 2 AI songs I have posted in the AI channel? Country music songs. Country music.
I saw you post one about Mountain Dew.
Yeah, yesterday was Mountain Dew. A couple days before was Dr. Pepper, and they are straight fire. I'm like, wow. Hysterical.
I've seen that guy make some videos before. Like, that guy just has a fun YouTube channel. He just like lets AI make music, and then he plays drums with it and
I found a TikTok channel. It's called Caveman Country, and they use AI to do country songs, but it's caveman. It's like grog like beer, grog go out. Grog killed dinosaur, grog pull it back. Those are terrible. There's some of them are really funny, man. It's called Caveman Country, and it's AI. You can tell, but it's pretty funny. Okay, so this is not really AI, like I said, but I came across this story and I thought this was really interesting. There's been a breakthrough in this new biomaterial that grows cartilage, and they say it's doing pretty good. So scientists at Northwestern University have created this bioactive substance capable of regenerating high quality cartilage in knee joints. And hang on.
Well, sign me up, because I'm looking at knee surgery in about 10 more years, maybe 15 years. Wonder what stops it from growing.
Hang on a second.
Scientists at Northwestern University have created an innovative bioactive substance capable of regenerating high-quality cartilage in knee joints, demonstrated in a large animal model. During the latest research, the team applied this material to damaged knee cartilage of animals. Within a 6-month period, they observed significant repair improvements. This included the development of new cartilage rich in natural biopolymers like collagen 2 and proteoglycans, which are crucial for providing pain-free mechanical, and I can't see the rest.
So, like, how does it know its boundary when to stop growing? It's a biomaterial.
I don't know. I'm honestly not sure. I know this, that like right now when you have like knee problems or whatever, one of the things they can do is use shark cartilage and like replace it. And I don't know what else they can do.
I'm muting for just a second.
Let me see if you put the story in here where we can see it.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah,
That
it's
was a
right
good listener, and he's a good old guy. He's an auto repair guy, and he's a good old guy. I like to talk to him for a minute.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
I just thought this was really cool because it's. I mean, this is like I said, it's not AI, but it's technology, and maybe we can use this, and maybe this can help people with joints and knee problems and stuff. Because gosh, my knees hurt. If I used to go to, I use this example because this is where I always. When I used to go to the bookstore, like Books A Million and stuff all the time. It was my favorite thing in the world to do is go find a bookstore and go to a bookstore. And I would squat down. And in my younger years, I could squat down and look and stand back up, and it was fine. But over the years, when I got into my 30s, I noticed that I was like, and I had to, like, I've got to reach up and pull up on the freaking bookshelf in order to get up because my knees hurt so bad. So I knew this. I was friends with this guy for a little while. I knew this guy whose dad invented this medicine for it lubricated joints in horses. He was a veterinarian or some of those doctor, and he had this medicine and he patented this medicine, and he was super rich because this medicine was sold to racehorse owners because it kept their joints lubricated and stuff with this and it reminded me of this, and I'm like, this is interesting. If we can regrow cartilage.
WD-80?
Do what?
WD-80? WD? Product displacement?
WD.
Lubricant?
Oh, I thought I had my WD. Where's my WD? It's usually sitting right there. I do have basically the same thing.
I've got some
except
of that
it's,
right over here.
Contact cleaner.
Yeah, I got WD-40 over there.
Oh, okay.
All right, I think that's my last.
Yeah, it's a pretty light day. In spite of the fact that we had big political news yesterday, it was still not a lot happening.
Well, we can go
not
back
a
to
lot
the
interesting
D&D talk.
happening. I tell you what's on my mind since you talked about those the meteor shower and crashing into Russia. A year ago or so, there was a video about about Russian miners finding a petrified angel. Did you ever see this video?
That's
No.
they found a statue. They were digging and they found this immaculate statue underneath the ground that it's a kneeling winged figure, and it's immaculate. But they found it while digging, and they're saying, "Oh, it was a fallen angel. It's become a statue and petrified." Yeah. All the stories and whatnot. But the fact of the matter is, they found a beautiful statue underneath the ground, and it's pretty interesting.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
There is
hang on, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, if you could find the original Russian video, it's pretty fun. But I'm pretty certain that it was even their little story about finding it might have been a hoax. But I think it may have been a prop from a movie.
Here is these guys I watch sometimes. Let me see if I can get to where they have the video of the what do the hell they don't. You guys suck. Never mind. I suck. I've seen that video 100 times. There you go. Maybe this one works. Oh, of course I'm going to find the video on TikTok, JJ.
I can't open any of those TikTok links.
The construction workers that dug up the statue in Siberia.
Блин. Вот это да. Короче, разрыли экскаватором.
Now, some people believe that this could have been a fallen angel frozen in time, while others think it's just a statue.
Такую, я скажу, эмоции просто не рассказать. Душа куда-то аж упрыгивает.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It's very
Не
detailed.
знаю, конечно, не описать. Это просто не рассказать, почему так.
Just doesn't look like any
Что это
angels
такое?
really
Ну там
in the
сейчас на
scripture.
вертолете прилетят
Right.
все эти дела.
Right.
И вот пока не
It's exactly right. But it's not a fallen angel. I even believe in that stuff. That's not what that is.
Oh, I do
Yeah,
too.
it's kind of fun. It's a fun story though. Like, oh, these minor. I mean, like, it would make a good setup to a movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's There's all kinds of great movies about angels and demons fighting and stuff. And
Isn't that how The Exorcist starts? They unearth a relic.
I don't
The
know.
very beginning of
You're
the
thinking about
original Exorcist.
Constantine, and they dug up this.
No, I'm talking about Exorcist.
No, it's been so long since I've seen The Exorcist.
I think I got the book in here somewhere.
Then in the Bible, when the angels appear to the people, one of the first things they always say is "Fear not."
Yeah, they can look normal if they want to.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
I think so. All right.
Although sometimes those angels also burn down cities, so fear not. But also, we might have to.
There's a reason you should fear. There's a reason you should be afraid.
I've made the joke for like over 10 years now. Every once in a while, I'll say, I know one thing for a fact. There's at least 11 righteous people still in the United States. Because when that number drops 2 more, it's going to be fire and brimstone because we're so close.
I mean,
there's at least 11, JJ.
Yeah, I don't know who they are. Keep them alive.
I'm trying to be. Me and Dave had that conversation this morning. I was like, yeah, I'm not supposed to have thoughts about playing Wipeout with bass drum mallets on a certain teacher's bald head. That would be the wrong thought to have, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Some people get a full ride scholarship to hell.
Yeah, some people do get a full ride scholarship to hell.
All right. Well, look, today's not the best episode we've ever done, but it is the end of the show. So, do you have any songs today? I don't know. Are you even doing a theme this week?
Yeah, we were doing. We forgot yesterday because we had to run real quick, and my guest.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but we were doing like overseas. Tomorrow. And what we're doing, Irish.
Why would we be doing Irish?
Because of our dialogue box.
Oh, Aaron. Well,
because we did German one week. I'll tell you what. Next week we'll just do Irish. All right, Dave. Give me a song today.
How about a week where we do songs about people burning cities to the ground? Are there any? Yeah,
I can do that.
Yeah, rioting, burning cities to the ground, and we'll just call it Great Britain Week.
Oh my Lord. I'll tell you a group to look up today. It's a group called 40 Fingers. Dave, have you ever heard of them? It's 4 guitars.
Yes. Yeah.
Man.
Because it made me think when I listened to that the other day, you sent me a video. I was thinking of the guitar trio. Paco de Luca, John McLaughlin, and Al Di Meola. The 3 of them. Oh my word. Their original album, it was recorded in stereo. So you've got one guitarist on the left, one on the right, one centered. And it's so good. They had a second album that wasn't as good. It was like some kind of Night in California or something like that. I forget what the name of it was, but the original Luca, John McLaughlin.
That piece of music from Last of the Mohicans that they did that I sent to you.
Yeah.
That to
Sound
me
of Silence, Last of the Mohicans.
That is to me a perfect piece of music. I can listen to that song and I love it. It's one of my favorite pieces of sound. Besides Ashley's laugh. I tell her that all the time. I love listening to Ashley's laugh. I'm not trying to get a bonus point. When she giggles, it's one of my favorite things to listen to. But that piece of music is awesome. I love it. The Last of the Mohicans.
I haven't seen that movie in probably 25 years.
That's one that I usually try to watch every year. Like that's a yearly movie. I haven't watched it in about a year. I need to watch it. It's
Brian, you're right. It is going to be destroyed in fire eventually, according to Revelation. And he says God promises not to flood the earth again. Correct.
Yeah. He just said he wasn't going to flood the whole earth. He didn't promise anything else. Well, he promised much other things.
Wipe out a town with a flood.
Yeah.
I would have said, Deke, you should have done John Mayall songs all week. He just recently died.
Okay.
John Mayall.
Oh yeah, he just died. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that is.
unbelievable blues guy. Yeah,
Unbelievable. He gave us Eric Clapton.
yeah, man. I was when he died that day. I typed into Spotify because I hadn't listened to him in a long time, and I just started playing some stuff. He's so good.
All right. Hang on just a second. All right. So joke time, guys. What is a baby's motto? Any idea?
No.
If it doesn't work at first, cry again.
Okay.
All right. Do you have a joke that you want to share?
We need to work on this joke. We need to make a game
All
out
right.
of it.
Both of you go to your rooms. Now, stop. Go to your room. I'll talk to you in about a minute. Go now.
He's got the serious face. Look, he's gonna have to mute it.
He does.
Watch.
Uh-huh. We've all been there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh, you see the vein there? You can see the vein.
You can see the vein. Look, both
Yeah,
sides.
I know that. Yeah.
You know, we were talking about the Olympics earlier, and I really love hearing all of the national anthems playing at the Olympics played. Yeah, I love country music. I say I love country music.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jeez.
So
This thing's
I had
not
a
working.
doctor's appointment recently, and my doc said, "All right, David, you're starting to gain a little weight back from everything." I'm like, "Yeah." She said, "You need to get a little more exercise." And she knows I sit at a desk, but I told her I get exercise at work all the time. She said, "Yeah, what kind of exercise?" I said, "Well, I jump to conclusions. I push my luck. I dodge deadlines."
I gotta go.
All right, folks. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 8:00. Bring your coffee. Bye.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your